When I first seen the trailer for this movie, it definitely got me interested in seeing it because it looked like Groundhog Day. So this guy relives the same day over and over again, but instead of trying to get with Andy McDowell, he's fighting in a war against aliens. Edge of Tomorrow. So this is a great fast-paced, exciting action movie, and I just thought it was a really cool premise. So we have Tom Cruise, who plays Lieutenant Colonel Bill Cage, and he's never really seen any action. I mean, he hasn't even been trained for combat. He just sort of reached that rank because he's really good at dealing with public relations. So he mainly just makes like appearances, does news interviews and all that kind of stuff. So this guy's like thrown into battle at the very last minute by this general, and he has absolutely no idea what he's doing. And obviously he gets slaughtered. And then he wakes up and the day starts over again. So he tries to use the knowledge of what's going to happen to try and tip the battle in his side's favour, and that alone would have been an okay action movie, but there's a lot more to it than that I'm not going to spoil for you. I mean, this story takes some really interesting twists. I mean, I was kind of thinking, there's not going to feel like there's much threat. I mean, yeah, this guy gets killed every day, but then he wakes up again and he's fine, so where's the threat? But the movie does a good job of showing you how this actually takes a toll on him. I mean, this guy is fighting a war every single day. And you get to see these sort of moments and glimpses where you just see how this is affecting him. And I was just thinking like, yeah, that's actually pretty clever. And I like when a film can surprise you like that, like take it to another level when you just sort of think you already know what you're getting. Emily Blunt plays Rita, who's this hardcore war hero. Her character has this like huge sword and she's the most elite soldier in the battle. Her and Tom Cruise have really good chemistry. I really like the relationship them two had between them. And I just like that a lot of it was sort of told with very little dialogue. Tom Cruise is great in this movie as well. He does a really good job of portraying this character. So after watching this movie, it's actually a lot less like Groundhog Day, and it's actually more like the first time you sort of play like Call of Duty or Halo, as this guy starts off as a complete noob who's just getting absolutely destroyed on the battlefield. I mean, he's just getting killed constantly, and then he just keeps respawning until he finally starts to get the hang of it. There's that sort of one moment where everything just starts to click, and then he just starts to begin to dominate. I mean, personally, I'm still waiting for that day playing them sort of games, but that's the way I imagine it. So in this battle, they all wear these like crazy metal suits. And if you remember the big battle at the end of the third Matrix, where they all have these big sort of robot suits with the people in them, and it's kind of like that, but on like a much smaller scale, and it actually looks pretty good. And it is just cool to see when Tom Cruise does finally master this suit, and he's just going around saving all these soldiers, blowing up all these aliens, and everyone's just sort of stood there like, who's this guy again? So overall, I give this movie a 4. I really enjoyed it. It's a really good, solid action movie, and it's got great characters and a good story, and it's definitely worth checking out. So I do hope you like this review. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for our future reviews, and until next time, thanks for watching.